Hello, this is Keto Sister. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you how I maintain a low carb, keto, ketovore, or carnivore lifestyle for almost 6 years now. And I'm also going to share, with that being said, I'm going to share 10 tips on how I stay low carb. Before I do, let me state my disclaimer that I am not a doctor, and everything I share with you is about my experiences and or in my opinion only. Okay? So, with that being said, this is not in any specific order or anything, but it somewhat is, but it's not. You know, all of it's necessary for me, because it is about me, you know? And if it can help you, that's why I'm sharing it and stuff. So I'm gonna start with number 10 so I can go on down to number 1. Number 10, walks and weights. Me, I've always, all my life, I've walked. Being in the healthcare field since my 20s, and every time they end up having to discharge any patient, to walk around, get up and walk, and numerous of them had other reasons they were able to be discharged, but the majority that I have seen during my time at that particular job in my 20s, they had to be able to walk around, even if they had to walk around the nurse's station. They had to get up and walk, and then they would probably be discharged upon knowing that they was getting some type of activity, exercise. I like to walk, and I've been doing this before even working in the healthcare field. It's just that, you know, diabetes running in our family, which they called it back then sugar, and I just always love to exercise, and walking is about the most human thing that you can do. I've walked, I've jogged, I've exercised, but the main thing was I walk. And walking, and then I also do some type of resistance with weights. I started doing with weights when I ended up getting in some car accidents, and that's the first time I had to lift weights, because when you go to physical therapy, they make you do weights, and that's why I started including weights. And then the more and more older I got, they said it's better for your age. The older you get, you need weights. So I ain't gonna linger too much on that. But also with the walks and the weights, I challenge myself. So if I'm only walking a mile starting out, and a lot of people are very obese, so everybody's not really in shape. But if you're only starting out for a mile, challenge yourself and try and stick with that mile until you feel like, oh, I might need to do me 2 miles. And do 2 miles, you know, challenge yourself. Also with the weights, if you're only lifting 5 pounds, challenge yourself to get to 7 or 8 pounds before the year out or something. But you know what I mean, and stuff. So it's just a challenge within yourself, not with me, but with you. Challenge yourself. Encourage yourself. Number 9, test, don't guess. I didn't start that phrase. It's been said. I hear a lot of influencers speaking about it, but it's true. I get my glucose and ketone monitor, which mine, not sponsored, is the Keto Mojo that tests both. But with the different foods I like to eat, and some people say they carnivore or they keto or whatever, everything that what works for me might not work for you. So you test yourself, don't guess. Even with these electrolytes that they have and everything, or the any particular food you like to eat, you know, test yourself. Don't guess if it's kicking you out of ketosis, or if it's, you know, low carb or not. Test yourself. And because when your glucose is very high, you're not going to lose any fat. No way. Your fat cells are trapped in, and you want to go ahead and make sure your glucose is being lowered, so then the fat cells can be released and everything. So test, don't guess. And you want to know, you don't want to fast for your 2 to 3 days or 5 days and your glucose is super high. And what are you doing? You know, is it in your tap water? What's going on and stuff? And then make you look at other stuff that might be going on. So test, don't guess. And everything that says keto is not keto. And it might be something simple as the mayonnaise that you're buying. There's too much sugar, because the more sensitive your body is, you know, it can be some simple things. It might be your seasoning that's got sugar in it, and they call it a different name, because it's over 100 names for sugar that you might not be familiar with. So test, don't guess. Number 8, log your food on a food app. I log mine on Carb Manager, not sponsored, but you know, any food app, because of the food, or because for 2 reasons. I might want to see what the macros are that I'm eating. When I log my food, I want to see what my macros are. Before, I was doing it like manually, and that is a headache. That is such a headache. So if I can go ahead and log it on an app and it takes care of that for me, that's even better. That's one of the reasons. And number 2 is, if you find something in the store and you want to buy it and it might not have the ingredients listed on it, you can Google or log that on the app and it'll tell you exactly. Sometimes you can find that exact product or something similar, and it can tell you if it has any sugar in it or the macros and stuff. And you need that, especially if, you know, before doing a longer fast and stuff like that. You want to make sure you eat enough, you know, because we can get so used to being low carb that we really don't eat as much as we should, and then wonder why we're still losing weight. And you don't want to lose weight. You're skin and bones already, so you want to be able to eat enough and maintain your muscle. So a food app for me. Number 7, going downward, a fasting app. I like fasting apps. I like do me a fasting app, because the fasting app will track my fasting, and it can also track your eating window, because, you know, I don't know if you have, but I let y'all know that's how I track my eating window, is with a fasting app, because I will fast for my 24 and then I will end the fast, okay, and then I'll start that fast again if I want to do the same amount eating window, you know. Or if you're doing 16-8, it automatically tell you the distance that you haven't eaten since. But when you're doing 24-hour fast and want a 24-hour eating window, like the challenge hints that I'm doing, you want the exact, you know, time. So fasting app helps track that for you. Number 6. And where am I? Number 6. Resting. Resting is a priority as well. Resting is a priority. It keeps your cortisol levels at bay. High cortisol will keep you spike your insulin too. So it'll keep your insulin up. Test, don't guess. You can see that why is your cortisol high? And you know, with that being said, different medications that you might take at night, like for the sleep or something like that, might have some sugar in it to spike it as well, you know, within that topic. You know, test, don't guess, and resting. Prioritize the resting. Okay, number 5. I try different challenges throughout the year. Yes, that's what keeps me at the distance, and variety. All of this is really speaking about variety. I try different challenges throughout the year, like the sardine challenge, and I might do it my own way, because when I do the sardine challenge, some of them do the sardines and the boiled eggs. I like the sardines, and I like the little spicy sardines, so that I ain't got to add no hot sauce, because I'm just eating sardines. So I might have my sardines with my pork rinds and stuff. And that's all I have for the 3 days with the challenge. Someone else is doing, I do it my way and stuff. And like what Carnivore Keto Sisters started doing, y'all can join my challenge with the fasting Carnivore Keto 1, 2, 3 challenge that I'm currently doing now and stuff. So I like to try different challenges. They be having the water challenge. I've tried that before too, but I like the sardine better. Thanks, Dr. Boss. And stuff. So let's move on. Number 4, I have I crave high fat some days, and then sometimes I don't have that much fat. Not that I'm doing any specific diet, because I need fat because I am postmenopausal, and for my hormones I need some fat, but I just don't do as much fat some days. Some days I do crave it, so I might want my little bulletproof coffee, or I might want me a slither of butter to get through a fast, depending on, or something, but not always. But I'll crave that fat. You might want your nice juicy ribeye a lot, but sometimes you might just want a simple chuck roast or sirloin or cube steak or something, something not as fatty. You might, I like my fatty hamburgers, but then I like my 8812 as well, the smash burgers and stuff. So I have some high fat craving fat days, and then I have some days I don't crave as much fat, but I do need to get a little bit of fat those days because to keep my hormones right for my postmenopausal. And I'm supposed to switch to, okay, number three, I try new recipes, whether it's keto or carnivore. Mainly carnivore, but like I said, if I cheat with keto, that's fine with me. But I was a cooker. I was the one that cooked all the home style grub. I was that cooker, and I even taught my children too. So for me to be doing this in this many years, it must be important that I must like it. My body needs it. I feel my best this way. So I'll try different recipes. Carnivore recipes to keep it interesting. I've tried the pork rind, pork panko, waffles, and stuff. Of course, you see my butter recipe. Check that out. Check it out in the playlist or something like that. The different sweets with it. I've tried the protein. Egg white protein bread. I did the pudding. The pudding is delicious. The dessert recipes as well with it, because it keep you out the store from buying, like I ended up doing the other day, a quest this, a quest that, with the millions of ingredients that you don't know how your body is reacting to it. At least you know what the ingredients you are putting into your recipes. So if you have that stuff and you cook them, meal prep, and cook you a little savory or a little sweet, you already have it there. You can go in the fridge and get it. All you do is with the pudding, the protein, Maria Emmerich, she has that pudding recipe. It's wonderful. I just put a little tweaks and twerks of my own with it, and hey, it is delicious, So yeah. I like to try different recipes. I keep it interesting. That's how the time go by good, and they wonder how I stick to it. That's another one. Number 2, I switch up my eating from probably keto and sometimes carnivore, but mostly carnivore, but I can switch it up. I might go all week doing carnivore, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm craving me an avocado now, or I want me some pickles. But I won't do it every single day, you know what I mean? And stuff, I won't do it every day and stuff. And if I feel like I've been just using this avocado mayo a little too much, let me stop. I'll stop. With the cheese, I love cheese. Cheese loves me too. It's all good. Now, before I couldn't do that much cheese. When you first starting out or your low carb lifestyle, I'm in maintenance mode now. So this is, I'm still switching stuff up, not to or bruise stuff, you know, so it can become eating disorder. I don't want that. So yeah, I'll switch it up from keto to carnivore or whatnot, and I'll it's just like second nature to me. I know if they don't have anything in my selection, as far as if they the job is having food for you, if they ain't got enough meat and they do have vegetables, I'll go ahead and take some of the keto vegetables and stuff. Or I would just do nothing and continue my fast. And because I already knew I got something available for me at home, or if I stop by, I can stop by and stick to my window because I'm used to it. And that's how I maintain that. Number one, the moment we all been waiting for. Number one, I keep it interesting, maintaining my low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore lifestyle, because I can do my 16-8, I can do me a 24, and I can do a OMAD, depending on how I feel. I can also 5-day and 7-day fast before, but not too often, only a couple of times a year. I've done that. But I also would do my keto, I'll do my carnivore, I'll also try my protein sparing modified fast in between there. I might have me a protein sparing modified fast dessert on my carnivore day. I might have me a keto vegetable during my protein sparing modified fast. I might have me seeming like just mostly carnivore when I break my fast, and I might do that for a while, or 3 months to a year, who knows. But I switch it up. Make sure you are having your electrolytes. Your electrolytes are almost the most important part of it, is the electrolytes. You do maintain with all of these different tips, from 10 down to 1. Those electrolytes are important through all of this. So if you haven't yet, and you made it this far in the video, yes, if you haven't, please share, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so I can bring more stuff, more info to you of how I maintain my lifestyle. But also stay tuned for my upcoming video of my fasting carnivore keto 1, 2, 3 challenge. Currently doing my number 2 fasting. I only upload that video midways of the fast. So after I've completed the fast, I upload a video sharing with you all my ketones, glucose, weight that I've lost during that fast. So you'll see vlogging in the middle of that. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for being here to listen to me rant about how I do maintain a low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore lifestyle. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I do read my comment section. And I thank you for watching. Bye bye now.